if we hadn't fought with our bodies and with our paperwork, our legal work, and all this diversity of tactics, and if we hadn't done that, we'd be right here in the middle of an airport building. And the way we fought that was not just through resistance, but was through constructing alternatives. But this land had a history before the struggle. All lands, in a way, have histories of struggle, and one of the struggles that took place here was against enclosure. Enclosure is the classic moment where a commons that doesn't belong to one single person but is shared, and the resources of that place are shared and decided upon together. When that commons is enclosed by a fence or a hedgerow or a ditch and becomes private property. And if we'd been standing here before the 18th century, it would be a moorland with small holdings and run as a commons for 1,000 years. Nantes, which is the nearby city, was also the centre of the slave trade in France. And the people there, the rich slave dealers and owners, decided to privatise bits of this land and build these hedgerows. Now, what's special about this landscape are these very hedgerows. It's called a bocage, which is this kind of mixture of little fields with thick hedgerows and little forests. So this kind of palimpsest, this layers of different histories of land management here, which are very, very interesting, because now we're saying we want to keep this bocage because it's very rich in biodiversity, and we want to keep the commons, or return to the commons. The beautiful thing about humanity is that it's so fractured and diverse and different everywhere. The mechanisms of the commons have always been incredibly different and based on where they inhabit. And again, that's what the ZAD is really about, is how do we inhabit a territory? The kind of DNA, the two strands that bring the ZAD together and are our strength, is this mixture of resistance and creativity, of saying, no, we don't want another capitalist infrastructure. Yes, this is how we want to live. We want to live in common. We don't want to live collectively, together, sharing.